Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Deku back with another video, and this is part 8 of For the Deku Season Universe. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So we start off with with Midoriya and Juro just resting on their porch, chilling at the beach, since there's not much else to do. After the USJ attack, the school had to shut down and immediately investigated the response of how the villains knew they would be there and how they was even getting in the first place. They may have a traitor among them, but they're not sure yet. And maybe one of the teachers on the students, they're not sure. So they're investigating everyone who works there. So the school is currently closed down for a whole week in order to prepare for a sports festival and in order to investigate. And so Midoriya and Juro chilling at the beach, not knowing what's going on. But a huge boom entered the atmosphere, and a miniature robot, shaped in the shape of his peer, and it had legs or here, and they're all confused. They're like, "Wait, Midoriya, do you know what that is?" "No, I don't. What is that?" So he drops down just to go pick it up, just to see what it is, and then it spurts this weird white substance at him. It's like, ugh, yep. And Juro just laughs, confused of what's going on. So we cover him up. "Don't you dare think about. It's nothing. It's nothing." But then it starts turning towards the temple. Like, wait, what? Then Hiyashi comes and he says, "Hey guys, what you doing?" Then he notices Midoriya covered in white crap, and he begins to be like, "Wait, no, he can't be." And then he notices the robot flying at him. So he activated his powers, blasting it, destroying the robot. As the gems watch out, and they ask what that noise was. They can notice bits of the robots, and none of them know what it is. It kind of reminds them of gem technology, though. So they get left off the pieces. So just try to decipher it, try to decode it, just learn a bit more about it. And the next day comes, and 2 more of them come. So they simply just break the both of them. And this time they're a little less damaged, so they're able to get a bit more information out of them, but they still can't manage to find what they're looking for. So they decide to go check the rest of the warp pads, just in case of water slappers, just to make sure all of them are deactive. First, go to every warp pad they've been to: the strawberry field, the mountains, the desert, even the bottom of the ocean with the time room place. But there's nothing there yet in every temple. Then they get to the galaxy warp. First checking a Mars portal, the portal to Venus, Saturn, Mercury, Pluto, the Moon. At each warp pad, none of them are active. So Midoriya covers them all with his favorite All Might trigger, just to simplify they're no longer active, so they can't do much to them anymore. So he then decides to go check up on the main world, the warp to home world. And that would also be active. So he covered the take of the gem says none of these have been active for even years. Thousands of years. What's the point of even checking them? We have to be sure. If what Naka said is true, homeworld is coming. And it won't be long until they get here, so we have to be prepared. These warp pads are the fastest way here into Earth, at least with these destroyed or deactive. They can't get here. They would have to come through a spaceship, which we'd be able to pick up our sensors. I guess you're right, but this is just so boring, Amulet is saying. So, the gems as Steven begins to go back home. Midoriya begins Izuku universe. What is this man's name? I keep forgetting, but I know his last name Universe, but for simplicity, so I call him Midoriya. Just that's the only thing I can bloody remember. So you're watching the warp pod, and Midoriya is like horribly, horribly tired. Like, universe is just horribly tired. And he can't think of anybody. And he begins to drift off, but he floats outside the warp pad train. And he opens his eyes, noticing there's not a lot of oxygen out there at all. But aren't we on Earth? And Steven is horribly confused the way he sees. He sees thousands of streams of something flowing through them, tinier, miniature warp pads. As as he gets pulled back in by Garlic, and they ask if he's okay. He says, "Yeah, but I saw something out there." What? No, that's impossible. Nothing can survive out there. No, they were in a warp pad. Huh? But the only people on Earth who can use warp pads are us. You must have been seeing things. No, I wasn't. I know what I saw. You just need a rest. Fine, maybe you're right. We've been at this for hours. Maybe I just need maybe I just need a good night rest. As he goes home, and he begins to try to get sleep, having a slight cold. He says, no, I know I'm not crazy. I know what I saw. With his powers activated and his memories begin to play on his TV. And he's like, wait, what? As he notices it, and he's like, bruh, what in the... I didn't even know I could do this. This would have been so useful in the past. And he sees Warpath. So he goes to get the gems out of her temple, out of their room. So he shows them, see, I know I wasn't crazy. But that's not possible. The only people who use Warpaths are us. How do you even do this? Doing this? Well, Rose did have the power. She could put her memories onto different devices or implant them into others. So I guess you just unlock that power. So how are we even supposed to check outside of the warp train? Well, we could put somewhere out there to look. As they all look at Endless, wait, no, why me? Because you're the only one who can survive out the train. That's not true. All of you can. And why can't Midoriya go? Because he's a human and he needs oxygen. And you can't survive in extreme cold for long trip instead at times like we can. You're our best bet, Emily. You're the strongest. What? As Emily's throwing a fit that she have to be the one as a guinea pig. As they go into the warp pad. And they see thousands of miniature robots just flying. Where do you guys think they're going? We have no idea. As they finally notice it's the robot. It's the robots. Wait, what if the next time one land, we follow it and see where it goes? You're like, right, I can't believe you didn't think of this. As another one land near them, about 4 more. One being damaged during the crash, and they all go towards the warp pad, with Gajim slowly following behind them. They finally make it to the galaxy warp, as they see about 30 robots covering the warp and spinning some weird white substance on it. You're like, what? What is it doing to the warp? As the warp begins to glow, and they all hide behind a few rocks. As then the galaxy warp, Homer warp activates, and they see some green gem, paragon, facet. Every warp pad here is destroyed. I know it's been centuries, but that's impossible. There haven't been any gem activity on this planet, or they should have been at least for thousands of years to stop the cluster itself. That's the only active bio weapon that should be left on this godforsaken planet. What? And she notices a broken robot. And Midoriya likes, oh, so that's like his child. As Paradox crushes it. As she notices the labels on the pads. What is this? This big, muscular man. As she picks it up, and it goes into her scanners, making it some sort of weird inventory. She looks around. She looks around, not noticing anybody there at the moment, and she leaves. As they finally get up, and all the miniature robots deactivated, the gems are shocked. They're horrified at the realization these robots get repaired with pads. Like, no, this can't be happening. They can't be coming back this way. They won't let them. They can't come back like this. As Garnet activate some of her gauntlets, don't worry. They won't be coming back. I'll make sure of it. And she crushes the home pad warp pad, completely destroying it. To no speck of its being back. And she goes to do it to the rest of them to make sure neither of them could be repaired. Do you really think that'd be enough? I hope so. But they leave one pad active. The one to the moon base. Maybe you can get some information out of there. As they use some of the white goo from the robot to repair it, warp padding themselves to the moon. And they're like, yes, this is perfect. Now we have a direct access warp from here to the moon. Great. But this is so infuriating. Why is Sora deciding to come back now? What if it's because of Lapis? What do you mean because of Lapis? Maybe they realize there are more gems on the planet than they first thought because of Lapis. Maybe they come to collect them all. And what's the cluster that Paraglot was speaking about? I don't know, Pearl said, and Garnet. But we have to be prepared in case they ever do decide to come back. We have to be ready. As we cut to UA, and Hiyashi tells them everything about the gems, about their history of war, and everybody there is horrified. So you're saying those monsters are going to come back? Yes, but the gems have agreed to keep us safe. But you lost the strongest, your wife, your child's mother. It doesn't matter. Her gem is inherited by Steven now, by Midoriya now. He has all of her powers. He's our best shot against this. He's even stronger than her from what I've seen so far. How much weaponry do we have? Never mind. It's not going to work against them anyway. Should we delay the sports festival and start preparing the soonest for war? How are we supposed to prepare them for an alien invasion? I have no idea, but we're going to have to do something. Aizawa says they're ready if these homeworld creatures begin to attack. I have faith in my students. We will be able to counteract them. If that's the best option, we listen to Aizawa. Aizawa, you have to play a lead in this one. Got it? Fine. But we should keep this best for us for sports festival going. We can't cause a mass panic of letting the public know an alien invasion is imminent. You're right. This is why I hired you. You really should accept my principal position I offered. Nezu tells Aizawa, no, that's too much paperwork. I'm good right where I'm at. Huh. So it seems you've taken a liking to these kids. I see potential in each of them, including Mineta. So the rest of weeks going by with Midoriya training and drill training, and Midoriya able to master his 50% full count of one for all, even using some of the quirks of the previous users, including Float, Black Whip, Dangerousness, Smokescreen, and the rest of them at this point. He pretty much mastered all of the previous user quirks since he's going to need them. Yes, I'm giving to him early because he had a higher level of one for all, so why wouldn't he be able to use them? Which his one for all also turning pink, applying his gem connection to it. So it's pink now instead of green. Azal tells them with them coming back to school that the first festival is near, and they're going to be participating in it. As a huge crowd gather outside of Room 1A, as some kid with purple hair to appear in front of them. So just because you was attacked by villains, you think you're better than us. Wait, Momo shouts out, wait, no. This isn't funny. We almost died. Why would we think we're better than you? As Kanamri, you ought to get out of here. Go back to class. You're just mad because none of you are in the 1A. Most of you are Hero Horse rejects. As the student of Class B comes in, we see about this in the sports festival. We're going to destroy you. Like, what? And all of our A face palms, because they really, truly don't care about any of this. They were attacked by actual villains, and they almost died. So why would they care about some Hero Horse rejects and 1B, the lesser version of themselves? So you have a science guild, and they all have the same conversation in the locker room as they did in canon. As they did within canon. And how Todoroki declares he's going to end all of them, and Bakugo says he's going to beat Midoriya as well as Ida. He's also the competition here, so they're all going to win. Very well. But that's where I'm going to end this part off right here. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.